When you damage that hair follicle, ladies and gentlemen, if you permanently damage that hair follicle, guess what? Your child's hair is never, ever going to grow back.
Yep, you bald. That's just my thing. And if you're gonna do it, spend the money. Spend the money. Stop taking your daughter over to the next door, the girl down the block or whatever. Spend the money.
Yeah, cheap is not always better. You definitely get what you pay for. You taking your child to a salon now. I'm gonna put out one of my prices. I charge $60. That's a base price for a Dominican blowout. But I am experienced. So if you look at my work is consistent. I use quality products. I include a deep conditioning treatment because anytime you shampoo your hair, you're gonna strip out some of those oils and the moisture, so you got to put it back in. And I include a trim because 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna put 10 out of 10. You need a trim unless you've gotten it trimmed somewhere else. So I include all of this in this $60, and you're gonna get a service that's gonna last you minimum 2 weeks with a professional doing it and quality products. If you go somewhere and they charging $10, $20, just imagine, and you're getting a portion of what I just said or all of that. Trust me, I have shampoos in here that cost $50. Products cost. So somebody charging you $20, $30, and they got the labels off the products. You do the math on that. All of my labels, as you guys can see, I'm going to move this around. Yeah, the labels are on my products. So, I mean, just definitely keep that in mind. Yes, go to where you can afford. But if you're going somewhere paying a cheap price and it's only lasting you a day or two, then you're wasting your money.
True. I mean, another motivating factor for me doing my daughter's hair, like I told you, I'm really big on my kids' confidence, self-esteem. And that's not, their Dr. Spock. Like, the confidence is something that'll move mountains. All right. So I look at my kids as the next generation. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put it out. I'm 40. All right.
Well, you look good.
Thank you.
You better do it.
I'm 40. And my kids are coming up now. I got a son who wants to be a neuroscientist. I got a daughter who wants to be a pastry chef. And my other daughter, my youngest daughter, she don't know what she want to be, but
she has time.
She good at numbers, and she's an extrovert. So I looking at her as a parent. Side note, we need to do that. You need to evaluate your kids. You need to. I keep saying you need to. It's my suggestion. It's my belief that as parents, it is our job to invest in our children. We sit back and we see them. We sit back and we look and see what they're good at. Mm-hmm. We look and see what they're not good at.
Right.
We know the experiences we've gone through. We know the mistakes we've made and what it's cost us down the road. So we as parents, as guardians and guide the first guidance counselors of our kids.
That's right.
We need to tell them what they're good at. Tell them, encourage them, and put forth interest in what they're good at. Now, right now, I don't know who watches who else watches your channel, but I'm talking specifically right now to us, because these folk, that's what they do. All right.
Right.
They from young, they start getting it in their head. We need to do that for our children. So. And confidence and self-esteem have a lot to do with that.
It does.
Like I said, we're from Brooklyn. We're in South Carolina. It's a little bit different, but in Brooklyn, kids were ruthless.
That's right.
Absolutely did not care. This whole bullying thing. You either had tough skin, or you got eaten. Just period. That was it. And that tough skin, they were relentless. Relentless. When I tell you, if you didn't have the right shoes on, the right jeans on, if you didn't have the right cut, for girls, if you had little earrings and you didn't have door knockers, even if your door knockers was fake, as long as nobody knew, you was alright. When it comes to hair, growing up, girls used to get, oh my God, awful the things I myself included, used to say about girls. If you didn't have that long Puerto Rican, Indian, that good hair, and you had that short hair because your hair didn't grow, or that was just your natural, we didn't care. We did not care if you went home and cried every night. We didn't care.
Right.
We talked about you, and not behind your back.
In your face, yeah.
Not behind your back. We didn't go in the bathroom and we was in your face, walking down the hall while you passing. We in your face telling you ugly.
Right. Like,
every day.
Like, how about, what's up, shorty, not you, your hair?
Yeah. Every day.
Or what's up, dreamboat, not you, shipwreck.
You know what I mean? Every single
Miss Baldy,
day.
Miss Scaldy, Miss No Hair, Aldi. Thank God I never had to go through that. I always had hair.
And this ain't just the girls. This was the dudes.
But you know, back then, when he goes back to tough skinned people, people that were bullied and probably still are in New York City, they're not killing themselves.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
because she might not have had hair, but she might have had a mean dress game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So she made up for it somewhere. She still had some type of confidence
she might
somewhere.
Have had hands.
Well, she's right. And when he says hands, he means, fighting. That
she might have had hands.
1-2 game. Yeah.
You come out your mouth wrong, you might catch a 2-piece. But
right.
I'm just saying, you compensated. Having kids and being, you know what I'm saying, I got bullied. I was the only child, so I had no big brothers. I had crew. I went for dolo. Stomping the streets of Brooklyn. I had to go. It was just me. I'm walking through neighborhoods. Yeah, I had my boys. I had my crew, whatever. But when you come up, there's one thing you learn is the one person you can't always count on is you. Mm-hmm. You might have your day ones. That's what they call nowadays. Yeah. Everybody hollering about, I'm a day one. Yeah. I'm a day one. But let the heat.
Yeah, that day one might run. And then now you got to whoop the day one butt for running.
Let the heat come on. People abandon you.
Right.
You can't. And I used to isolate myself because I was concerned. You know what I'm saying? I can't let nobody get close to me. And I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? Not every pressure bust pipes.
Right.
So not everybody can take the heat. So and that's all right. They got to their breaking level. They went. But coming up, I got picked on. I had to handle mine, and I just didn't want that for my daughters. And they're in a different environment than I'm in. You know what I'm saying? It's not. The girls, young girls are mean.
They're real bad now.
They're mean here in South Carolina. Has been my experience. I don't know about you. I'm not trying to say nothing about nobody. Not set tripping. But in South Carolina, I find that people won't say stuff to your face. They'll talk behind your back. They'll subtly tear you apart bit by bit. And with my daughters being biracial in a predominantly white neighborhood, I didn't want that to be an issue for them. So, not so much them having name brands, but confidence. When my oldest daughter, Caitlin, gets her hair done, and it's straight, and it's pretty, and she can manage it herself, there's a completely different smile that comes on her face. She'll light up a room. But when her hair's not done, I watch her go into an introverted shell, and she just kind of withdraws. And she's starting 6th grade on Wednesday, and I don't want her going from middle school through high school withdrawing. I want her to shine. Should her hair matter that much? Probably not.
But it does. The society that we live in is it does.
To her, it does. And I'm going to meet her where she's at, and I know that brings out her confidence. So I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that her confidence stays up so she can shine. You know what I'm saying? And me doing their hair is a means of survival. It's a means of, I might not be able to get it as good as Adwoa. I might not be able to do what a hairdresser can do, but you can go to school and you can hold your head up and you could, you know what I'm saying, even if we just straighten it and we put it in a couple of braids, I promise I'm going to learn how to cornroll or French.
I told them to show you.
You know what I'm saying? And we put it in a little something, but as I'm doing my daughter's hair, I'm always telling them, as soon as I let it out, look how pretty your hair is.
Exactly.
Look how strong your hair is.
Exactly.
And I also tell them girls you go to school with, they wish they could do this with their hair. Cause today,
and he's not lying, because he was telling his daughter that whenever I was doing her hair.
You know what I'm saying?
And parents, he stayed in the salon the whole entire time while I did his child's hair. Because a lot of you parents, and I'm not knocking you, I mean, I know you guys trust me, especially like the ones that have the older daughters. First time you stay, a couple of times after that, second time you stay after that, go shopping, I got her. I'm from New York, so I keep my salon door locked. I'm in an excellent area. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm definitely in an excellent area, but I am a woman, and I have other women that come in and I have a huge salon. So to make my clients feel safer, and parents, if they leave their child with me, I do keep the door locked. I have a doorbell, ring the doorbell. Yep. If you look suspect, you ain't getting in. So it is what it is.
Side note, that's how I learned stuff, because last week I learned some stuff that I'm going to get Doe to show me how to do. So that's how you pick up little free bits of information. If you stay, watch what and ask questions and know what's going in your child's hair. Know if that person is actually going to do what they say they're going to do. Know exactly if I'm putting a product in that you're paying for. And out of the two hairdressers that both hairdressers that I've taken my daughters to have actually brought me back, because I stayed and I'm looking and I'm like trying to learn, brought me back. That's how I learned how to do flexi rollers. Okay. Her last hairdresser, she was doing it on my youngest daughter. Okay. So I was like, oh, okay. I never knew how to use it. So she said, come on over. Right. Fellas, this is the type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, yeah. Now, keep in mind, fellas, if you come into the shop, you can't be a creeper. Right. Come in with your daughter, you about your daughter, you about learning. Females can tell if you in there trying to pitch woo. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's, first of all, your hairdresser's at work. Second of all, the other women in the shop, this is their equivalent to our barbershop. They're not, this is a very vulnerable space. Right, because most women don't even want to see men in the salon at all. This is a vulnerable space, because 9 times out of 10, we see them on the street. We see them on the block. We see them at the car stop. So you don't see them the before. You know what I'm saying? We see it done. We see them in the club. We see it done. Right. When they come in here, it's undone. That's when the doobie wrap come off. You know what I'm saying? And unless you know her, like, that's a vulnerable spot. Yeah. Women you can't be trying to pitch woo. So you come in, you stay, you look, you learn. If nothing else, if you're not even interested in it, you're like, man, I ain't doing no girl hair, blah, blah. I get you. I feel you. It's for your daughter. Exactly. Sit there and encourage her. Exactly. Because I'm going to tell you, while they're small, talking elementary school age, there's no word out there about how pretty she is, how much worth she has, other than daddies. Now, they get a little bit older, and they start looking at boys. And from a woman's point of view, and a daughter, daddy is the first man that we fall in love with. That's the first man that we love. Yep. So the way that your father treats you and the way that he shows you how to do stuff is how when you get older and you start dating, that's going to set the tone of what type of man that your daughter's going to go after. Yep. So when they get older, you telling them that they're pretty ain't going to mean as much. Because they're going to be like, oh, you daddy, you supposed to say exactly. That. But when they're younger, I don't care if your daughter, you know what I'm saying, whatever, some congenital defect or whatever, don't have her looking pretty. But it's your child, so she's still beautiful. On the inside, exactly. She got to know that at least there's one person in the world that thinks she's gorgeous. That's right. And you could do that from the waiting room. You know what I mean? You could do that sitting there, bring a Sports Illustrated. I don't know what the hell dudes read. I'm in medical books. I don't have time for all that. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever it is you do. Well, most salons have Wi-Fi. Well, plug. We have Wi-Fi. Yeah. Free Wi-Fi at Dominican Doobies by Adwoa, located in Irmo, South Carolina. Shameless plug. But... All right. So, Adwoa just asked me, are my kids' mother... or is my kid's mother's hair straight? I don't think it's straight, but she doesn't need the brush to blow dry her hair straight. She just blow dries it regular and straight. She's blonde, natural blonde. I think the proper term now is sandy blonde, dirty blonde. So she's sandy blonde hair. But again, my older daughter has hair closer to mine.
You don't have any hair on your head. So when you say closer to yours, can you tell the audience what you mean?
Closer to her African-American root.
Okay.
And my younger daughter has hair closer to her Caucasian root.
Okay.
However, my youngest daughter, if left unattended, it will tangle, it will mat, and it will be worse than my oldest daughter to get through. So that's my bit about doing hair. Doing my daughter's hair. Yes, I do it. And if y'all want to see, I'll bust up with my stuff and show you how I get down with their hair. Matter of fact, I got a homeboy of mine. He's got a mixed daughter. And next week, she's only 4. Next week, I'm going to show him what I do. And so he can
see that? That's amazing.
So, and her hair is going to be easy.
Let me find out you about to start something. You about to start the men doing their daughter era. Daughter's hair era.
I'm 100% about men being men and men standing up and slowing down. And some of y'all might get mad at me for this, but I really don't care. I don't know y'all. I'm really about the slowing down or reversing the feminization of our society. We are losing our masculinity, and losing our masculinity is why you got these rappers in the street with skirts on.
That's right.
All right? I seen a dude 2 weeks ago with box
women's
dreads.
shoes now too.
Yeah, dude had this a teenage boy, 17 maybe, iffy that got box weave in his head. I can't. I'm ordering my food from. I can't even look at him.
Right.
Like who did this? Like where they do this at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, a few years ago it was the skinny jeans. Now we just wearing skirts.
Right.
Like I didn't know we was Scottish.
Hello.
But anyway, fellas, this is the last part. I'm gonna say, fellas. And I told you earlier, if doing your daughter's hair. I gotta get up on y'all.
I see.
If doing your daughter's hair is not a motivation for you, if that's not enough, let me holler at you. Alright? I know Adwoa might be in the room, but I'm gonna talk real, cause
you good? Do I need to step out?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk real to the fellas. Let me tell you something. I'm a single man. Alright? Now, you don't want to do this on no thought, but if you find you a lady, let me tell you something. If you can do that woman's hair, you ain't got to style it. If you could wash your lady's hair, condition it, make it silky smooth, y'all in the shower together, you could wash her hair and detangle it, then bring her back out and blow dry her hair, and then comb through it, put it in some sort of ponytail, or help her wrap it like Cat Williams say, had her little silk pillows on the table. Let me tell you something. She ain't going nowhere, and she ain't letting no other female come get you. That's dead, because we not doing that. They're not expecting that. Game recognized game. They're not expecting that. They're not expecting a dude to be able to do that. And if you learn how to do it, that's going. I call it your single resume. All right, that's going to put you in executive status on your single resume. So if doing your daughter's hair is not enough motivation for you to do it, or you don't have a daughter yet, you out there dating, you trying to find that wife, these are the types of things that say, oh, you know what I'm saying, it's feminine. Nah. Women today, because that sort of thing is unheard of, like I said 3-4 times, it's unheard of.
Yeah.
Put that on your resume. Don't share it with a thought, because thoughts ain't going to know what to do with it. But a real woman, you got one of those, you could pamper her like that, and that's for dudes like me. If you on a budget, you ain't got them pockets like that, but your girl still want to get, want to look good, you do it. You take care of her hair, you take care of her nails, you put the lotion on it, you...
Look, well, she has to have the hair to take care of.
Even if she bald-headed.
Well, if she's bald-headed, look, they can contact me to get the right product to get it to growing.
But I'm just saying, just knowing it, because it's not all about, but there's a part of it that has to do with technique. You don't wash a woman's hair the same way we wash our hair. And if you just are attentive enough to be able to have that in your repertoire, sort of like, you know how to do some of the classical dances. You know what I'm saying? That's something that makes you different. That's going to make you special. Again, don't share this with everybody. You keep this to yourself, and you share that with that lady. Alright? And that's me. I'm in.
Well, thank you, Janae. This has been a wonderful interview. I feel like we covered everything. If you guys have any questions for me or even for Jermaine, are you going to leave an email or anything?
If y'all want to holler at me, y'all can holler at me. It's jdub29036@gmail.com.
I'll have his email link below in the description box. And I hope everyone out there enjoyed this interview as much as I did. Like I said, when I first met him, when he called to the salon, just the questions that he was asking, let me know that this was a man that definitely cared about his daughter's hair. And I'll keep it real. So, I was asking, well, are you, what you know about hair? Are you licensed? How you do this? And, how you learn how to do that? So, I definitely appreciate you coming in, taking the time, because we are in my salon and it's early. And then this is my day off. It's a Monday. I know he's busy with his schedule, so I definitely appreciate everything. And I guess that's it. Like he said, depending on the response that we get from this video, he'll actually come in with one of his daughters and he'll do a step-by-step tutorial to show you guys, and even maybe some women. I mean, this is not all towards the men. It's aiming it towards you guys because there's a man speaking about doing his child's hair. But even if it's a mom at home and it doesn't necessarily have to be just, a biracial child. It can be any child, but you just don't know how to do their hair, and maybe in the same situation as far as, finances, or just you need to know how, you just want to know more. That next video with him, showing you can definitely help you. Because of course, if I show you guys stuff, you're going to say, well, she's licensed. She knows how to do it anyway. If you're a person that basically, just wants to know more about how to do your child's hair, that tutorial is definitely going to help, and you'll get it from someone that's not trained.
Yeah, I'm
so, you have anything else to say?
Nah, I appreciate Adwoa letting me come through. Hope y'all like the video. Like I said, hit me up on the email if y'all got questions. Like I said, I'm starting nursing school. If you're single and you're a lady out there, it's cool. Be able to hold a conversation. Because if you can't, you're getting thoughted. But come January, I got limited time and I'm about my grind. So if you need a whole bunch of attention, I need you to have something to do. I need you to have a hobby. Another thing is I'm a hobby DJ, so I do mixes and whatnot. I can throw them out. So if you got an event, something like that, hit me up. I'll put something together. But that's about it. I appreciate the time.
All right, well, thank you. Well, no, come on in. Come on in. Now you guys get to see me. I was recording. I hope you enjoyed the video. See this shirt? I have a whole nother video about that. But this is my this is my salon, logo. And I'm actually here on a Monday, which is I wasn't even going to do hair today, but because he came in, that was nice of you to come on in and do the video. I actually put out there that I'm going to be open today. So I have 3 clients that's on their way. Normally I don't book them like that, but this is my day off. It's back to school here in South Carolina, and the salon is going to be closed, like I said. But since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and look out for them and, take care of some of their daughter's hair so they can look fresh to death going back to school. But make sure you subscribe to this channel, because just like this video, you never know what I'm going to bring. Yes, the video is mainly about my salon, but you never know. I have interviews on here. I do product reviews. And like I said, you just never know. So I'm interesting. The channel was interesting. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching. And make sure you guys share this video. Share it with everybody, because this is a must-see. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.